Welcome back to Event Advice by CrowdComms. I'm Will, Product Director, as always, here with Matt Allen, the Managing Director here at CrowdComms. Today, Matt, we're going to be talking about event badges and are they really ever going to be sustainable?
Okay.
Let's jump straight in.
Blimey, that's a biggie.
It's a big question.
They're probably less sustainable than not using any badge.
Okay.
But we have an obligation, while there's a requirement for identify who you are.
Do we see many people who don't use a physical badge at their events?
Small events where you know everyone, so 50, 100 person colleagues, you don't really need an event badge because you know everybody.
Yep.
But any event where you want to be able to have a quick look, see who they are, see where they work and establish, that connection you might have is going to be important. Every trade show I go to, you meet so many people in this industry. I do it as a way of saying, okay, I know who you, yeah, brilliant, hi,
Okay.
yes.
Just checking.
You're so-and-so.
Yeah.
So it's cross-referencing, yeah.
We do offer a digital version of the badge, don't we? But actually, we find that people don't really want that tucked away. It's it's useful if you're going to scan badges and things like that. But actually, the physical, being able to see the badge as soon as someone walks up to you is a really important part of the badge.
It's really important, and we're getting asked for it. At the beginning of every buyer journey. They look at registration. Everyone is looking at a way of that physical identifier at the event. So it's going to be there. And whilst it's there, our obligation, the thing that we have to focus on is making sure that we make it as environmentally sustainable as possible and encourage our clients to make the right decisions around sustainability.
Yeah. I've got some stats for you actually here.
Go on.
So the typical attendee to an event, almost 2 kilograms of waste per day per attendee.
Yeah.
Is what an event will generate. And over 60% of that is actually landfill.
Blimey.
So what can we do about that from a badging point of view?
Yeah, well, badging is part of it, okay? So I've got some examples for you.
Lovely.
So badging is critical. It's the first thing you do when you go to an event. It's the first thing the delegate sees, okay? So our job as a technology company is to make that as pleasant as possible for the delegate.
Yep.
Get your badge quick. Get a nice looking, highly brandable badge and get a badge that is made from sustainable material. So it's FSC-approved is the stuff that we use. So that's our kind of obligations. First thing you see, let's get it right. Let's make it as pleasant as possible so they can get into the event and focus on the important things, which is not your badge, but it is on the networking that you can do with your badge, or it's the sessions that you're going in to watch.
It's the first moment that someone's going to interact with your event, isn't it? As they walk up through the door, they're going to see the kiosks, they're going to see the badge printers.
Yeah.
They're going to get their badge, then they're going to walk in.
Exactly.
It's important.
It's really important, and we want to do it as smoothly as possible. But we want people to only print the badges they need. So on-demand badging is really key to that. If I'm thinking I might get 500 people and I print 500 badges and 300 turn up, huge waste.
Yes.
200 wasted badges. So printing on demand takes 4 seconds because our machines are super quick, but it's going to ensure that you don't overprint. And that's going to be a key way that we can support you. Use the right stock, as I said. Choose the right thing for your event, a recycled badge or recycled plastic kind of credit card style badge as well. So choosing the right stock, making the right decisions.
And that's probably less likely to be thrown away, the plastic badge?
Well, there is. My children love these type of things.
Yeah, keepies.
They're a bit of keepies, yeah. You don't find too many people are going to be keeping those, but people,
It's funny, the lanyards get kept, don't they? But not necessarily the badges.
Lanyards, again, we're being responsible in terms of these bamboo lanyards we supply. So making sure that we make the right decisions there. Now, this is a small component of it. The rest of the event, we've got to make sure that we're making sensible decisions. I mean, that isn't our responsibility, but it's definitely prudent to talk about it. What food are we catering? So vegetarian food is far more sustainable than having a heavily kind of meat-based diet. And so that's going to massively reduce your carbon footprint for the event. The materials that are used on the stands, is it a block? We use block stands every time so that we can reuse them for hundreds of different events. We turn up with different configurations with reusable stands. Yeah. So making the right choices when you go to a trade show as well is going to be really important, and how you get there.
If that's important to me, what do I need to look out for when I'm looking for a sustainable event to attend? What do I need to look out for when I'm looking at a badge?
Well, if you chat to us, we will always direct you to our eco stock. And you want a stock that isn't like plastic backed and plastic based. So you will get slight pillaring of the badge, but you don't get that kind of adhesive that's left. Normally with the sticky badges, you have a byproduct that you take off, you stick it together, and then you throw away the byproduct. And that's thrown in a bin. Now, there's two things that are wrong with that. One, it's disgusting amount of plastic that's wasted. And secondly, it's just messy when you're on site. Those badges, you turn up, fold, put your lanyard in, and you're away. There's no byproduct, there's no plastic wasted, and then it can be recycled afterwards.
So they're made from recycled stock and can be recycled even after you've printed on them, they can still be recycled?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. So that kind of covers what is a sustainable badge. Talk to me about forest-friendly badge stock.
Well, that's where the material is sourced from. And so making sure that it's FSC accredited and approved, which we do with our badge suppliers. And it's making sure you try and do that with continuity across different regions. So what you don't want to be doing is sourcing a great stock in Europe and then having to fly that stock to the US because it's your approved, accredited producer. So it's making sure that and what we've done is we've forced our providers in different territories, I'm not going to say which because that sounds a bit unpleasant to be naming them, but forced them to be more environmentally aware if they want to continue working with us so that we don't have to ship this stuff, which again is a non-sustainable way to do it. These machines, they talk about the machines that produce this as well, where we build them. We're building them locally. So we've got a local engineering company that put together machines that power our equipment. We're trying to go for regional hubs so that we're not having to transport the machines hundreds of miles. So big project in Australia is getting kiosks to networks in Asia. So we've got APAC covered. We're not having to fly them from Australia to Auckland to make sure that we're not having to fly them to Auckland when people want to do events there, which is again reducing the carbon footprint and giving us a wider infrastructure to deliver our products and services to.
And that's why we've built the badge printing kiosks as we have, right? Because they go out all over the world. They're completely reusable. Yes, we've considered cardboard kiosks in the past. We've considered other sustainable methods, but actually we've come back to the fact that reuse of the kiosks and making them really robust so they've got a lifespan of, I don't think we've ever retired a kiosk.
Well, we've got two that we take to trade shows and they've got marks on the front and a couple of dinks. They're actually the ones that we use at trade shows, which I always find a little bit embarrassing because you should be showing the best of your best. But there are two original ones. So the two Maxes and a Glide that go out to the trade shows are the original ones. So we've not retired them, they're still out there being used. And that's 7 years now, those machines.
And thousands of events.
And thousands of events, thousands of badges printed. So yeah, we have talked about the cardboard machines, but even if you can recycle that cardboard, it's going to be one-time use, two-time use. It's just not robust enough to do the thousands of events that we're putting these things through.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I think that covers it. Thank you very much for watching. Connect with us if you want to find out a little bit more about badging. But for now, we'll see you next time.